Good morning or afternoon. It is noon. I have to wait to see. I don't think I'm on mute. I don't think I'm on mute. Hold on. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. We're having a very, very big windstorm here today. Ta-da! We weren't, but I got it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Books I hoard. Number 3. That's right. We're on the 3rd one. Still much more to come. This one is probably going to be the last one that has like odds and ends, and then the next couple will be groupings of people, like the Bronte sisters are coming up, all 3 of them, and I do remember their names now. I just put myself on the spot. Emily, Charlotte, and Anne. Got it. Emily, Charlotte, and Anne. That's who will be. I think they'll be next. I'll do them with the Jane Austen. We're going to do some strong female authors. Let's say that. I should have saved Harriet Beecher Stowe for then. Well, hello, my Donna. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Angie. How you doing? Donna, you loving the wind? It's quite lovely, yes? As long as the sun stays out and melts my poor back table, I don't know how many winters that thing's going to last. It's made out of barn siding. I'm going to have to definitely seal it again this summer. That wood is so dry in there, I have to keep on sealing it with, what you call it? Polyurethane, whatever it is, for wood. Angie, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Doing good. I just had my son on Friday. He'll be a Marine. So that's what all these lives have been about. We did a bunch of lives during his crucible. He just finished that last week. I did get to talk to him on Saturday, finally. It was amazing. All I could do was cry for the first 5 minutes. But I think I did hear a couple of things in there that it was the hardest thing he's ever done in his life. Super proud of him. Unfortunately, we can't go to the graduation or anything due to, what's going on in the world. But nevertheless, we got to take pictures. We all ordered a banner of him and his platoon number and everything like that. We all took pictures. So he'll be getting pictures. You're allowed to get 3. And they're going to play them after the graduation during their little, I guess, party afterwards. I don't know if you would call it a party. I don't think there's any, unless it's a big bowl of candy, because he loves candy. On his first Liberty, he went to the store. That's what he bought. Candy. And we knew it. We all knew it. I'm like, because we were waiting on our phone call, I'm like, he's buying candy. He's not going to call us right away. He's going straight to get candy. He's like a candy freak. Especially those Swedish fish. Oh my goodness. Yes, he is definitely a candy kid. How you doing today, Donna? Doing good? Okay, let's get started. Books I hoard. Lots of pretty around me. I think I will move my, well, let's not move it over there. Let's move my coffee. Let's get these over here. And this over here. What are those? Oh, yes, I remember. Now let's start with this pile right here. These, both of these are called Journeys Through Bookland by Sylvester. And again, my private hoard. Hello, Barbara. Chicken pot pie, how are you? E-T-A-L. I will figure that out. I'll figure it out. You say it every time, and I'm like, Easy, what does that mean? Because I have some, things like that people can't figure it out either. But the very first ones I'm going to show you are Journeys Through Bookland. I know I got these from Katie, Tribe of Five. I know that's where I'm fairly certain that's pretty where I got these. Pretty sure that's where I got them. Anyways, Journeys Through Bookland. Again, all these books are in my private stash. Ones that I can't cut up, ones that get the script on that. Ones that I want to collect because I absolutely just love books. And I love books since I was little. Look at that picture right there. This is volume 9. And it's from the Bellows Reeve Company. And it's a new and original plan for reading applied to the world's best literature for children. Say that 10 times fast. My goodness. I don't think there's anything on that page. There's not. There's silver gilding around this. All that around the bottom right there, that's all silver gilding. I don't know if you can see it shine, but it's shining for sure. I don't know what year this is. 1922. It has all these stories in it. Florence Nightingale, impeachment of Warren Hastings. Apparently they thought this was literature. The death of Caesar, Julius Caesar. It's got all different kinds of authors, because as soon as I saw Death of Caesar, that's Shakespeare. Edgar Allan Poe is in here. Theodore Roosevelt. Abraham Lincoln's in here. Abraham Lincoln. What did he write? Oh, the Gettysburg Address. Of course. Sir Francis Bacon. I showed you a book of his I had the other day. And then there's the pronunciation of proper names. That's the part I should read because some of these get really, really tough. So this is the list of illustrations. Obviously, a lot of illustrations throughout these books. Love the drop caps. Love anything that looks, I don't know, it reminds me of like Knights at the Round Table kind of images. Michaela has a lot to say to me. Is she talking to the TV? So I should look it up. Oh, she's talking away to me on the TV. Oh, hi, Michaela, sweetheart. She knows my voice. So there's pictures all throughout. The paper in here is just, it's so pretty. I would totally use it. There's Florence Nightingale. I would totally use it in a journal if I wanted to chop these up, but I don't. Look at the line sketch drawings in it. It's just amazing. Amazing. It says an angel came down. So there's Florence. Oh, there's another picture. There she is. There she is. Florence Nightingale. She lived from 1820 to 1910. Wow, that's quite old. That's 90, right? Yeah. 80 to 1900 to 10 more is, wow, she was 90 years old. That's a long time to live back in the day. Huh. Wow. So it just has different, I mean, it's a pretty thick book. And there's just pictures throughout, but the pages, the paper, it's just amazing. Amazing. The drop caps, I just, those are so cool. I do a lot of, and there's some color pictures in here too, like in the beginning. That's the Battle of Hastings right there. I do a lot of, I call it ransom lettering in my journals, and drop caps are perfect for it. Oh, there's Abraham Lincoln. He lived from 1809 to 1865. That is in Lincoln Park, Chicago. fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I don't know if I've got it memorized, but I got a lot of it in my head. This is Pippa Passes. Why should I not be the bride as soon as I am, whatever, I don't know what she says. I may fancy all day, and I shall be so. Okay, girl, do your thing, whatever. We're not arguing. We are not arguing. It's Robert Browning, who wrote Pippa Passes, obviously. I'm going backwards, I know. It's just easier to sometimes find the pictures backwards. There's a lot of different scriptures, a lot of different fonts, everything like that. This is called the gold bug. Look at that. He seemed stupefied, thunder-stricken. I would too if I found a skull on top of a chest. That is a skull on there. I would too. Hi, Luz. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of script drawing there. There's beautiful books, and I got two of them. One's in red, and one is this like a brick red, almost like a maroon or a cranberry or whatever you want to call it. Same end pages, absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. There's so much going on in this page. Look at the wispy clouds. There's a tree and the tree bark and the boats in the water. There's a seagull. There's sheep. There's the Pied Piper, I guess. It's a big castle. I mean, the bookends are just beautiful on it. Look at the old aging. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. This is volume 10, so I have 9 and 10. So I don't know how many volumes there are, but I know I need to get from 9 down. So yeah, I'll be looking for these. This one's 22 as well. This one's set up a little bit differently. This is not reading material from like authors. It's how to read fiction, close reading study, telling stories, reading and building of a character, close reading, reading poetry, reading aloud. So this is this is all, oh, very first picture, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I think those were all the gentlemen that were right here. Yes, 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 yes. And I actually have books that I'm going to be showing you today from another gentleman on here, Hawthorne. I believe that's him right there. And I believe that's Henry right there. And then there's Washington Irving. This should be Whittier, Lau, Bryant, and that is Holmes. Oliver, not Sherlock. But again, this one is more of a, I guess, educational book on how to read, the fundamentals of reading. We all know that's Poe in the middle. You see this man a mile away. Mitchell, James Whitcomb Riley. I will be showing you a book from him today. What else do I got in here? Oh, Poe. I'll be showing you Poe. He's right here. This is Reed, Field, Payne, and Sachs. And I did say Mitchell was the first guy. But these just have lovely paper, you know, really valid information in this book. Not that none of them are not valid, but this is a cool book to read. Oh, I know that is right away. That's Benjamin Franklin. It's French. And the U on the end is silent. I just know that. This is Julia Ward Howe, Patrick Henry, William Prescott, Francis Parkman, and Cooper. And I'll hold that up in just a second. See another picture coming up that I passed right there. Oh, come back. Come back. Tennyson, I showed you him yesterday. My man right there in the middle, Shakespeare, he is yet to come. He's going to be a huge, huge video. I have a lot of him. There's Chaucer. I'm going to show you him today. Wadsworth, we already did. Sir Walter Scott, we did yesterday. Amazing. If you haven't gone back and watched any of the videos that I've been posting, they are put into a playlist. I am going to make this, or I am making this a playlist of books that I hoard. But I'll show you Chaucer today. I showed you Tennyson yesterday, Sir Walter Scott yesterday. I believe I showed you Walter Browning already. William Shakespeare is to come for sure. That's my jam. That's my man. So yeah, those are Journeys Through Bookland by Sylvester. And these are also too, if you want to look them up and you want to get them for your collection, that's what I'm doing it for, because they're really nice to have in your collection. This one's called 101 World Classics. I kind of like all these books because there's some gilding on the edge there, but it is worn. The cover has, I don't know what that is. Oh, yes, I do. Look at the picture a little bit better. It's a stack of books. This is a candle, and there's a quill on top, and that feels so cool. Oh, no, that's what that picture is. I'm thinking that is the weirdest building I've ever seen. And what would it be doing back in such late times? It's not. It's a stack of books. And this is maroon color. It is a fabric cover. It is really pretty. Hi, Luz. Did I say that? I said hi, Luz. Hi, Kathy babe. How you doing? She's an old babe. Good for her. Yep. 90, I'm telling you. Florence Nightingale, really? So this is 101 World Classics. Look at that aging around the pages. Absolutely beautiful. This is from 1937. And it just, these books kind of give you snippets because, like, the novels in here, let's say, here's Sir Walter Scott. There's Thackeray. We've already went over him. I showed you all my Thackeray. Nathaniel Hawthorne, you're going to meet him today. Jane Austen, she'll be in with the ladies. Victor Hugo, I do have of Notre Dame by him. I don't believe I'm going to show him. There's Emily Bronte. There's Charlotte, which Emily obviously is Wuthering Heights. Charlotte is Jane Eyre. And then I do have their sister Anne's book. There's Dickens in here. There's Mark Twain. I like when you can get a bunch of different authors together. Are you going to get the whole story in here? Highly doubtful, but you're going to get a little bit. There's my Dante guy. Like, the whole Divine Comedy cannot be in here. There's no way, because it's only 8 pages. So no, I've already showed you all my Dante books. Let's see, Chaucer, I have him. He's right over there. Tennyson, Browning, I showed. Van Dyke, I've shown. Wadsworth, we did yesterday. Just a lot of, Thomas Hobbes, Karl Marx, Alex Smith. And they also show me, oh, that's Dumas. Come on. He was Count of Monte Cristo that I showed yesterday. I said Cristo, not Crisco. I had to practice that word for a while because I knew I was going to read the wrong name. So there's comes into the novels. The first one is Tom Jones by Howard Fielding. This has no, I don't believe, any pictures. The paper on this is super thin. Like, super thin. Almost have to see if that's 2 pages, but it's not. It's super thin. There's Ivanhoe, which we know that's Sir Walter Scott, Madame Bovary, Jean Valjean from Les Mis by Victor Hugo. And it's just giving you like little snippets. And here's Jane Eyre, who obviously is the Bronte sisters. David Copperfield. I think I have one by him. I didn't bring it down to show. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I have that book. I have actually a very old copy of that book sent to me by Angie Itty Bitty, or the Mountain Girl Treasures. Or Mountain Girl Treasure. I'm reading Treasure Island. Mountain Girl Studios. This is Treasure Island. Just a lot. Rip Van Winkle. There's The Idols of the King. I've already showed you that book. Paradise Lost. There's the Divine Comedy. I showed you all my Dantes the other day. Camille, which is obviously Dumas. I love it. I just love saying his name. I like his name. But this, when you get these books that have like 101 classics, like I have another one over here on opera, it just makes my list even bigger to find authors that I want to have in my collection. That's why I gather these. And there's my hair. Just because they just give you good reference to authors that you may want to read, and them giving you little snippets also makes you feel like I need to get that book because now I want to read the book. So they're great for, I use the ones that have like the most in them for reference myself. That's how I use them. Hey Dana, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is. Morning, afternoon. Okay, so Poe, I don't, and this is Edgar Allan Poe's stories of, obviously there's The Raven. Only one I have of him. That's not true. I lie. I have a what do you call this? Footnote book. Is that what they're called? Footnotes when they're like the cheater books. It gives you like the main idea of a book. He's called a footnote. Is that what they're called? Now it's gonna drive me crazy. So what you use like if you don't want to read the whole book? I think they're not footnotes. Footnotes are the ones that are at the bottom of the page. What is that called? Oh my gosh. Someone put that in chat before I go nuts. Oh, yep. And he wrote, yes, he did write The Hunchback of Notre Dame. She's talking about Hugo. Victor Hugo. Yes. What's that called? It's not a footnote book, because obviously the footnotes are in the bottom of the book. Those are used for reference for where they got their information from. It's the cheater books. Oh my God. I'm going to look it up. Anyways, so I started this putting information in my books the other day. There was a lot of these because one day, you know, my kids will inherit these books and they had better keep them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying because, you know, I was telling you how my mom has all of her books, thousands of them. She's a writer, so that's where the love of books comes from. She actually commented on the first video and she was like, so glad I could pass that down to you. And I'm like, I'm so glad you did too. But she has them all categorized, everything like that. And one day, hopefully it's a long day from now, when she passes, I get all of her books and I will love them and I will, you know, but she has all of them like written down and categorized and everything like that. And I thought, well, I might as well start doing that for my boys and giving them the reason why I kept these books. So this is Poe. He was born in 1809 and died in 1849. 40 years old. Not that old of a gentleman, man. And he was an American writer, poet, editor, and literary critic. Poe is best known for his poetry and short stories, particularly his tales of mystery, and I can't pronounce that word. He is widely regarded as a central figure of Romanticism in the United States of American literature as a whole. He was one of the country's earliest. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm reading ahead. He was one of the country's earliest practitioners. Yeah, that's what it says. I had to look that over. Like, is that a doctor? No, of the short story. He is generally considered the inventor of the detective fiction genre. He is further credited with contributing to the emerging genre of science fiction. Really? Poe was the first known American writer to earn a living through writing alone. Really? Resulting in a financially difficult life and career. Amazing. Didn't know that. That's all from Wikipedia right there. So I printed this out because this just goes to show you the books that I don't have. Oh, the Gold Bug. We just saw that in the last book, correct? So that was Poe. And that, again, that gives you an idea of things that you want to get or buy. This is a collection of his stories. Not that old, 1961. It's got great papers. Here's the Telltale Heart. And I read this. I actually read the Telltale Heart. Just this part right here is the Telltale Heart. There's got to be a bigger book, right? There has to be more than this, because at the end, I'm reading it and I was like, oh, okay, is there more to, I don't want to give it away of what happens. I don't believe there's any pictures in this book. Yep, that's a no on that. But again, he did all this. I just have just like mad respect for writers and books and treating them right. And yeah, I don't think my children have ever read a book without a bookmark. They've never dog-eared a book. Even Jaden will be like, did you just dog-ear that? Because sometimes I've been known to do it just because I don't have anything right there. But I go and grab something really quick. The Black Cat, um, the Fall of the House of Usher. Who is that? Like Usher, like the music? No, I'm just kidding. It's not Usher. The Pit and the Pendium, the Oblong Box. Like, ooh, what's in the box? The Murders of Rue Morgue. Misfound in a Bottle. Oh, I don't. There's some people who just, love him and worship his writings and stuff. I don't think I've read him enough to know if I actually like his style of writing. I'm all for a good detective novel. I'm all, if in science fiction, yeah, I'm on the fence with that one. But yeah, someday I'll read it. But I collect him because he's classic. He's a class, and I like the paper. I like the book. I like the bird. I like the colors. The book can appeal for me in different reasons. It doesn't necessarily have to be the content inside. Hey, Sherilyn, how you doing? Crib Notes. Oh my God, thank you for saying that. Yes, Crib Notes. That's it, Barbara. Oh, that was driving me crazy. I know you're at work. It'll be up. You can watch it later. Um, These are International Collectors Library books. Anytime you see a book like this with a beautiful gold. Oh, yeah, I am showing you some Thackeray today. I already did some Thackeray before, but this is the book Vanity Fair. Look at this beautiful green. These are green. They're much more green than they're showing up. They're kind of showing gray. I had my Thackeray notes in the other book. William Makepeace Thackeray. I had my Thackeray notes in the other book. This is just another Thackeray book that I've collected. Vanity Fair was one of his more famous writings. I do know that. And I love these. All the International Library come with the bookmark already included. Thank you, no dog ears. And it's deckled edge. It's just got great papers. And these books, let's face it, they're beautiful. The gilding on them is just stunning. And as like I make books myself from scratch, this is a great idea for me for spines. I mean, you get inspiration for anywhere for like your journaling to make, whether you're a maker, whether you're a writer in them, you just collect them in other people's work. It's they're just sources of look at that, is just amazing. They're just sources of inspiration to me. The feel, touch, taking them apart, I learned how to put them back together. They're just used for all different purposes for me. How do I tell which one I want to keep and which one I want to take apart? Usually it's by title. Readers I take those apart a lot because they are very popular. You can find them pretty much anywhere. So I don't tend to hold on to readers as much as I do like books like this. Even though it's not a very old book. What did I say? Did I even say a publishing date? I know this was written in 1848. Just says printed in the United States of America. I don't believe that these give you a copyright on them, but that's Vanity Fair. Kept in there Hello, Amanda. You saw your, isn't that amazing? I wish you would have been there to see it in kind of person. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Please don't be jealous. I'm sure you have a very cool book of it yourself. Oh, duh. Here's the paperwork on Zachary. Because I knew there's more of them. So not prepared. Prepared, but not prepared for these. Okay, so William Makepeace Thackeray. He was born July 18th, 1811, and lived till December 24th. Well, it's the day before Christmas. That's so sad. 1863. He was an English novelist, author, and illustrator who was born in India. Really? Known for his satirical works, particularly in his 1848 novel Vanity Fair, which is a panoramic portrait of British society. There's actually a movie. And The Luck of Barry Linden, which was adapted for a 1975 film by Stanley Kubrick. Why do I have this? I don't know why I have that. Anyways, so yeah, here's all of his books, and I've highlighted highlighted the ones that I have, like the Virginians. I've already showed you guys that book. I have since put the books together. The first video is kind of just all over the place, but this is one of his books called it says Thackeray Works. It's gorgeous. And it is that really pretty blue color. It's not black, it's blue. I wish I knew the color of this. I'm calling it like an indigo blue. It has polka dots, splatters on the end papers or the outside papers. It's just a beautiful book. Very well kept. Whoever had this, let me tell you. I love poetry anyways, so this is awesome for me. That says The Black Sheep. Here's the paper, and this has the story of Samuel Titmarsh. The burlesques are in here, the Fatal Boots, the history of Henry Esmond, and then the memoirs of Barry Lyndon. Barry Lyndon was really popular. Obviously, they made a movie about it. And then look at the contents of this. This is crazy. And I don't know why, but this is a tipped in piece of paper. I can't put this down. It's tipped in, so it's going to be stuck on that paper right there forever. But it's just the pages, just to listen to the pages, is absolutely beautiful. Is there a copyright on here? Did I say it already? I don't know. I can't remember. No. No. There's not. I'm imagining it's pretty old. This, again, is that I can see the words from the other side coming through. Like they've offset and bled onto the back pages. This is a very long page to read. Look at that. This is a big book to read. That's why I'm thinking all 5 of those stories are definitely in here, because this is a very large book and it is written in small font. Again, I love the chapter headings with the Roman numerals. I think that's amazing. And they just start, like there's burlesque. There's lots of different fonts. There's lots of different columns that he puts things in. Just cool. It's a cool book. Oh, that might be a picture at the beginning of a story. I did see a plain piece of paper. Really. I know what I saw what I saw. Who knows if I'll find it. But there was a plain piece of paper here. It's usually there's a picture. Usually means there's a picture nearby. That's the duel in Leicester Field. Something like that. It's pretty. She's pretty. It's a sewn-in signature. You could take it out easily. This would be a big book to make. There's another picture. I'm not crazy. There are pictures in this book. That was the field one, and then oh, there it is. Right there. That's Henry Esmond Finds Friends. Well, good for him. He found friends. And it's that sketch drawing, that pencil sketch drawing. That gets me every time. I love that drawing. These are, seeing if the pictures were tipped in. They are not. They are sewn. They are bound. Bound into this book of Thackeray. Gorgeous. Gorgeous book. Thank you, Zachary. And thank you for that beautiful cover. That is gorgeous. So I keep this little information in there for me now. But that's what I want to collect and look for. Here's another one that we talked about earlier, Chaucer. And that's not his name. I said an N in it. It's Chaucer. I remember that's how the lady said it on the Google. I do have some information written about him. This has a meeting written on it. I don't know why they would use that. I don't know why. But his name was Geoffrey, and he was born, they think, in 1340. They don't have a birthday for him, but they do have a birthday that he died, which was October 25th, 1400. Again, he was only 60. He was an English poet and author, widely considered the greatest English poet of the Middle Ages. He is best known for the Canterbury Tales, which I'm pretty sure we all heard about those. Or at some point heard about those. He has been called the, quote, the father of English literature, or alternatively, the father of English poetry. She was the first writer to be buried at Westminster Abbey. Really interesting. He also gained fame as a philosopher and an astronomer, composing the scientific, cannot read that book. For his 10-year-old son Louis, he maintained a career of a civil servant. So he, again, Poe is the only one who made money off of being a writer, because he maintained his career as a civil servant, as a bureaucrat, courier, diplomat, and member of parliament. Really? And you have time to write books. It's amazing. Among some of his earlier works are The Book of the Duchess, The House of Fame, The Legend of Good Women. I want to get all of them. And some are written in French and Latin. Wow. What a cool guy. Oh, and he dedicated it to his wife. That's even sweeter. Let's go back to the front here. There he is. Born in 1340. Wow. An early painting on wood, now in the possession of Harvard University. So they have this picture there, the original at Harvard. Wow. Man, I need to go to Harvard. That's amazing. Is somebody really knocking at my door, or is it the neighbors? Hold on. Hold on. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. It was my door. Not coming in my house. It was actually the exterminator. It's time for being, the exterminator comes, every 3 or whatever month. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm telling you, David. Donna, it's not me knocking. It was Randy. I did get my bedroom light fixed yesterday, Donna. I did it all by myself. He left all the stuff at the door. And I changed my air conditioning filter all by myself. All by myself. Okay. Hi, lovely. How are you? Oh, jeez. Hello, David. How are you? Oh, you don't have your own hard copy of it? Really? Interesting. See what we'll have to do about that. She said, hey. Hi, lovely. Only really the generic paperbacks. I keep paperbacks, and you'll see that I'm going to bring some paperbacks out. And David, one day, you get kicked out. You get kicked out of your house? Huh? Wouldn't that be so cool if for someone was... Oh. Wouldn't that be so cool if he was? He can't, though. He'd miss his graduation Friday. Oh, he said not. Okay, gosh, David, you had me scared there for a minute. All right, so this is Chaucer, and apparently, who knew? You could feel the writing in this book. It tells you how to pronounce, which I could probably use. I need all the help I can get, because some of these words are just too big. Somebody underlined in here. Here's the Canterbury Tales right here. And it starts out with, it's his most comprehensive work, was without a doubt largely, was without a doubt largely the production of his later years, but it includes writing of his early and middle life, and cannot be given a definite place in the chronological order or sequence of his poems. Really? That's like Shakespeare when he was missing for those years. Like, they don't know. There's like a space and time where they don't know where he was. They have no idea where he was. That's fascinating to me. Like, where'd you go, man? You were already married. You had 3 kids. He had twins, by the way, too. I am kin with Shakespeare. Oh my goodness. If I ever did like my what do you call that, genealogy, and found out that man was some way informed part of my family, I would be like, yeah, that's right. I'm related to Shakespeare. That would be amazing. But we can, we pretty much have our family tree track back for a long while, and I don't see any Shakespeare coming into hand. Wow. So there's just a lot of tales in it. There's like the famous ones that they were saying. Canterbury, Legend of a Good Woman. We heard about that one. Romance of the Rose. Anyways, it's just a beautiful book. It's this beautiful blue color. This is like a French blue. And it's got a beautiful horse and his name gilded on the front. And then there's the works of Chaucer. And then on the back. It's just it's a beautiful book. And I obviously need more. So I'll be collecting more of him. These are just pretty covers. And one is a classic. This one is a classic right here. I bet you can't get. Can you guess this from just the cover? It's a classic. It is a classic. You will know it as soon as I say what this book is. Can anyone guess what it is? Just from the title. You're not going to win a prize or anything. It's just going to be clout. That's it. Clout. That's all you're getting. Clout. Can you guess that book from the title or the cover? Paperback Rider. He sings some Beatles. All right. Oh, I'll find you an old one. Don't worry, Amanda. What goes like in your apartment, honey? College apartment. I get it. Yeah, we don't want to be around that. Yeah, good luck, David, for sure. Anyway, you are Barbara. You are the Google. How did you guess that just from the what? How did you guess that just from? I didn't show it to you, did I? Like you didn't peek? How did you get that from just this? It is. It's The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Barbara's the Google, you guys. She's like the Google. Yes, Amanda. Yeah. And that's primarily why I'm keeping it. I mean, it's grungy, it's old, it has the fleur-de-lis. It's called Treasure Book for Boys and Girls, and I believe I got this from Katie. Believe it or not, I think it was Katie. Yeah. On the spine, there's the fleur-de-lis there, and it's written in gold gilding here. It's probably 4x6, I'm guessing. It's not in the best condition. It was dedicated in 1898. This book was published in 1897. I do know that, but I can only read a little bit of this inscription, and it's from a Lizzie, and it's to a gentleman named Forrest. And from what I can read, it says, "Live for those that love you, for those above hearts are over, something that smiles above you, and good, and the good that you always do," or something like that. And it says, "Love your life friend, Lizzie." I can't make it out, but I do know that first line that says, "Live for those that love you." And I just thought that was just so beautiful. And this is, of course, called the Treasure Book for Boys and Girls. I'm guessing it's on the religious side. It's written by Bishop J.H. Vincent. And it's published by the Christian Herald, which is the Bible house in New York. And it was written in 1897. And it just has, it's just a little sweet book. Look at it. It's just a little sweet book. Again, showing these two. These are sewn in signatures, obviously, hanging on by a thread. The spine is pretty much, if it weren't for the end paper, you can see it really good right there. The spine's pretty much barely hanging on with threads. And some pages have come out of this book, which is fine. I'm going to keep them as nice as I can. But it's just a cute little book. The book outside of is just gorgeous. And this one is like set on top of other books because, of course, I want to showcase books like this because they're so pretty. And this is like the cross, and then the fleur-de-lis is up here. I thought this was the third fleur-de-lis, but it is not. It is cross. It's a cross figure. So I love it. I think it's pretty. So yeah, if you like that one, go check it out. Fine, try and find it. Send y'all on like a hunt for your collection. Obviously, this one is Lily of the Valley. The reason why I kept this book is because that is my birth month flower, and emerald. It is an emerald color, and that is my birth month jewel. So obviously, I'm born in May. And it is called The Chateau of Flowers, a romantic story of Lily of the Valley, and it says Rome. And it's from Harlequin. That's right, Harlequin. That's what it says right there. So it's probably a romance novel, and I'm glad that somebody wrote good. It must be a good book, or it's either in good condition. This front flap is missing. I don't care. I just like it. It's by Margaret Rome. It's not Rome. It's by Margaret Rome. And it's the romantic story of Lily of the Valley. I'm guessing Lily's going to be a person in here. And this one is written in, the copyright is written in letters. And nope, it is not on the other page like I've taught you guys to look. It is not. So MCM LXXI. I don't imagine it's very old. Has some great, it's large font. It would be great in a book for cutting out letters, everything like that. I'm sure it's going to say Lily of the Valley in here a lot. Like I see fruit and pink and, when they're large print books, I cut them up for the letters and the words out of it. But because this is Lily of the Valley, and this is my emerald, it's emerald color, this is my birth month, this is why I'm keeping this book. And because it's a beautiful cover. Sometimes I just keep them because they're pretty. Not because, I don't know who Margaret Rome is, if she's written anything else. I don't know. I haven't really looked it up. I just kept it because it was pretty, and it's my birth month. That's all. That's it. And if you like it, look it up. That's what it's here for. Hopefully these are helping you, like, if you want to add to your collection. 1971. Okay, a year before I was born. So that book is I'm going to be 50. I'm not going to be 50 this year. I'm going to be 49. So that book is going to be 50 this year. Or is 50. Whichever way. I want to be 49 this year. I can't believe you got the Grapes of Wrath just from the cover. Barbara. You're a wizard, Barbara. I love it. So yeah, obviously I printed out something on John Steinbeck because Grapes of Wrath is a classic. For sure. This is a deckled edge. It's beautiful. I love deckled edge. Their deckled edge books are great. I have a tear roller that kind of does that, but it's not really the same effect. To Carol, who willed this book, and to Tom, who lived it. Wow. This was printed in 37. That's a nice book for 1937, let me tell you. No pictures, but it is a classic. Again, that's The Grapes of Wrath. And a little bit about John Steinbeck. You ask? You want to know a little bit? Sure, I'll tell you. You know why that I printed this out? Because I knew he was a Nobel Peace Prize winner in literature. Come on. I could only dream. He was born in February 27th, 1902 and lived till December 20th. Dang, around Christmas again. 1968. He was an American author and in 1962 a Nobel Prize in Literature winner for his realistic and imaginative writings, combining as they do sympathetic humor and a keen social perception. He has been called a giant, this is like my quote mark things, of American letters, and many of his works are considered classics of the Western literature. He has like East of Eden, The Red Pony, Mice and Men, and we all know that was made into a movie. And The Grapes of Wrath was definitely made into a movie. It's considered Steinbeck's masterpiece and a part of the American literary canon. In the first 75 years after it was published, it sold 14 million copies. Okay, so John's, obviously, I only have one on this list of Mice and Men, The Red Pony, The God Unknown, Tortilla Flat, Burning Bright, East of Eden. I'm just picking some down the line, mainly ones that I can read. Once There Was a War, that I have a lot to collect. A lot. There's some it tells you if it's a novel, if it's a short story, a novel, a novella. If it's nonfiction, could be a film. Another film down here. So yeah, I'm like collecting films, but still, it tells you the year that they were published. So that's just printed out for my own, so I can maybe get some more of John Steinbeck and add to my collection one day. I am very impressed that you can guess that from the cover, Barbara. That's impressive. That's impressive. Okay, looking up. Okay. You guys just watching? It's cool, right? It's totally cool. When I asked you guys if you thought that this would be a neat idea, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm gonna take a drink of coffee now, if you don't mind. As I said in the beginning, this will probably be the last one that's kind of a hodgepodge. Next, I'll go on to my ladies, the Bronte, Austen, Louisa May Alcott. They'll all be in probably the next video. And of course, I'm going to have doubles of all of these, especially of the Brontes. I have about 7 copies, maybe 7 copies of Jane Eyre, but they're all different in Wuthering Heights and all that, from very, very old to just published. I mean, if I see it, I'm picking it up. As long if it says Bronte, I'm getting it. This is fab. Thanks, Barbara. I really appreciate it. I wasn't really sure if like anyone would be interested in just flip through books and, you know, this becoming a playlist. So I appreciate you all being here for sure. This gorgeous beauty on top is leather. It's so flippin' soft. And let's just look at the marbling. And then look at the sides. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it goes to the top, too. Just the back. It's so soft. This leather has just... And it's in great condition. This is George Eliot's works, and it's called The Mill on the Floss. And again, ideas for, like, it's a hubbed book. It's definitely hubbed. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5, because he doesn't have any on the end. So there's 5 hubs here in the middle. So you don't always have to have them on the end. Again, as a journal maker, I usually put mine on the end. Apparently, it's not necessary. So maybe I won't next time. I just get inspired by these, and the inspiration that comes from these books as a bookmaker, I love it. I think it's great. George Eliot works. This would make a beautiful book. Seriously, it totally. You could get that apart. The headband on it is ticking. That's amazing. I love the vintage ticking. Who doesn't? Of course, there's the flyleaves in the beginning. And there's Maggie Tolliver in the boat. And it's all that sketch drawing. You get over here. It's one of those books that is set back into the spine, so it is much harder to, I find if they're set back into the spine like that, it's harder for them to separate, but that also makes it harder for the book to turn, in my experience with older books. When they're set back in the spine, like, that's not coming off. To dismantle this book, you would have to be very careful not to cut this cover. But when they're set back in the spine like that, they tend to want to just stay closed. Like, it just wants to, nope, just shut me. Yeah, it just wants to stay closed, but you're going to stay open just for a minute. It's not a tissue paper. It's just a very, very thin, I would call it like an onion skin, because you can't see her now. You really can't. And I'm seeing it in real life, and I can barely see her. To trace her, I would mess her all up. And this is George Eliot, Mill on the Floss. And you can see the blotches of ink that has touched where the plate went down to put it on there. Nope, I'm not going to find a copyright on this, because it was not on the front, correct? Let's just go through all these pages that want to close. You make sure I didn't miss anything. It is published by John W. Lau Company. And there's a quote on the front that says, "In their death, they were not divided." Kind of like maybe a star-crossed lovers, like a Romeo and Juliet story. I don't know. What's really cool about this book is that it says book first, book second, book third, book fourth, book fifth, book sixth, book seventh. It's not chapters. It's books within a book, but it's the same book. Make sense? I know. And then it's all Roman numerals on the inside there. That is just amazing. Talk about setting up your journal like that. Signatures like that. You have book 5th signature, book 6 signature, use Roman numerals. I just gather so much from these books of different ways that I can set up signatures using Roman numerals, calling it 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Who knew? I don't believe there's any pictures in this book, but it's just stunning. It definitely wants to close. Oh, nope, I lied. There are pictures in here. There's Lucy and Maggie. How pretty they are. I remember there are pictures towards the end of the book, because I can see them up through the spine here. Hold on. Y'all are just waiting patiently, right? There's Baggy and Stefan. Look at that house in the background. Seriously? He could have just made trees. But look at the detail on that house with the sketch drawing. These sketch drawings get me just every single time. I'm sure there's more pictures in here. I don't want to take too much time up on this book, but it's beautiful. It really just wants to shut on me. It's like, don't read me. Like, this book is going to be seriously hard. One day I decide that I want to read it. It looks to me, wow, let's see this. It is sewn in, but because there's the ledge right there, there's some papers that are tipped in for sure. Because you can see the little ledge right there. And that ledge is caused when things are tipped in. Could be because the pictures are tipped in. Right there, you can see the line in the middle. I don't know if you can pick that up. Usually means it's tipped in. But yeah, the books that are set back into the spine, like right into the curve, those tend to not want to stay open. And they're a little bit harder to read. That's why when I do and make my own journals and books, I either use like the hollow back, or I don't set it all the way back into the spine to where it automatically just wants to close. I like them open and kind of free. Speaking of books, hey, you lurk and work away. Speaking of books, okay, so this is strange. So I went into one of my playlists the other day. It was like 2 days ago. And I was looking, I don't know how to say this without sounding like, I don't know. But I was looking at some of the tomes that I've made, and I was just like, wow. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They really inspired me to kind of go back to what I used to do. I don't know how to say it. Like, they were very creative, and somewhere along the way I kind of just lost that. And now, like, they're, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I definitely have seen the difference in my work, because sometimes, you know, it's cool to have YouTube and to see your growth, but I didn't see any growth. And I went back and I watched these videos, and I kind of just, like, you know, fast forward and tapped on it, like, you know, what I used to put in books and things like that, and completed a book. You know, now I've kind of gotten like where they're kind of naked and you complete it yourself, and I'm just giving you the base and stuff. But I haven't really created like a book in a long time. Like a long time. Like, I went up and even through like to my first carpetbagger, and that's like basically where I stopped. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird, you guys. And it's like I got lazy or something, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to come off like braggy or that, because no, that is not, that's not me. Believe me, that is not me. I have a lot to learn. But back then, it just seemed like I put more heart, maybe is the right word, into the books than I do now. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to change that. I'm going to start just doing better. Because some of those books, I was just like, whoa, when did I think of that? You know, and why am I not using that? And it was kind of a smack in my face, like, wake up, woman. It was interesting. That's all I have to say. Like, it was a learning experience. I'm not bragging in any sense, form, anything, because, you know, I always still think I can improve, but I now know that I can really improve because the growth that I saw is actually going the wrong way. So I'm going to try and remedy that. I'm going to work on some things and myself. And, you know, there was a couple of years there I was out of the game for a while of the bookmaking, and I kind of lost a sense of me. And I'm going to change that. That's just going to change that. There you go. Can you guess that one? I'll give her this one. Here. It's corn. Right now I'm running into the paper dye. And that's something I have never made, is are you talking about altar book where you like go a couple of pages and then you rip out 8, and then you go a couple of pages and you rip out 8? I started one, never finished it. I should do that on my Finish Friday, right, Amanda? Right? Do you get it? Like, I'm so thankful for YouTube, and so thankful to but I should be seeing growth, and I'm not seeing growth. I'm seeing getting lazy is what I'm seeing, and I need to reignite that spark. And I think that's why when I asked you guys originally about this playlist, about going down and would you like to see like some of the books that I keep, that I honestly wanted them. I wanted to see them again. I wanted to touch them again. I wanted to get that feeling again of how it's put together, how, you know, things like the tip-in, like that. Like, I used to do that. Like, what? And I don't anymore. And it's just like sewn papers, and here, you go ahead, you can finish it. You know, I just did the cover, and, you know, I gave you the base to start, which that's perfectly fine, because then people can put their own spin on it. I don't mind those at all either. But I'm not actually bookmaking anymore, and that is just am I making any sense? I'm conflicted in my head. Can you tell? Just a little conflicted. It does, lovely. It really, really does. And I'm probably my hardest critic, and I'm sure a lot of us are. Because, you know, we want it a certain way, and it has to be a certain way. And, you know, what you see as, oh, that looks great, I see, well, nope, I did that wrong, I did that wrong, I did that wrong. I can see the flaws. It's wow. That is true. That is true too, Amanda, because there's so much out there. And I find, like, you know, you can tell this person's work, this person's work, this, you can tell this is person's work. I'm not name dropping in any of these videos because, you know, it's about books, but I'm not going to name drop. But you can tell, like, different people's aesthetics and everything like that. And then you can see, because you're in groups, that these people get upset because, well, it doesn't look like that. Well, it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look the way that you do it. So yeah, just from, this is my opinion. This is me. Of watching it, I just, my growth, just, no, I have to do better. That's what the conclusion was, because I even had Jay come in and look, and I was like, look at that. And he was like, yeah, it was a really pretty book. And I was just like, where did all that go? I don't know where it all went. I don't know where it got lost. I know it got lost for a couple of years because I went off and I did something else. I know that. And, you know, do I regret that? I don't regret those 2 years, no, that I took away from my creative time. The outcome maybe, but you know, it is what it is. I just knew that I needed a change, and I just couldn't be there anymore for that. So, and then I just dove right back into somewhat teaching, and it's just been just like this big cluster in my head. I am just sharing way too many feelings right now. But my head is just like, Michelle, just, I mean, I was out of the game for a while, but I've been back in the game for like, I don't know. When did that end? I don't even know. Over the summer? I don't know. But I should be, you know, getting it together. But watching that playlist the other night, just skipping through it and stuff, I was just like, wow. Even my personality was different. And it was just such a, like, just a smack in the face. So we're gonna do better. I just want to do better. Just want to do better. The only book you can think of is The Corn King? No. It's a famous poet. And I said his name already. To get you totally understand. Corn King, nope. No. Lovely or Never Too Small. And by the way, I think I commented on some of your videos. I went over and watched your channel. Like, no kidding. You like what you like. You know what you like. You have an aesthetic. You definitely do. For sure. For sure. You're the one that made and you're the one that made the journal for the little kindergarten girl. Yes, that's you, the purple one. Uh-huh. I'm sure she loved it. Nope, not Tinsdale. Home. No. Oh, Barbara, no. There is no regret for sure. I live my life with no regrets. I tell my kids, not every day, but all the time. Not all the time either. I've just told them that, you know, if when I pass, you just have to know that I've never had any regrets. Nothing in life. Because I've learned from everything. Change is good. Yes, it is, Michelle. 2Ls. How are ya? Better to you means more. Thank you. Yes, it does. Yep, that's me. I knew it was you. I went over. I commented on 2 of your videos. Yes, I did. I thought that was because she had, and no doubt, you guys, it's a 4.5-inch spine. She's not lying when she says that. That thing was massive, massive, and she sewed it in there to where it's not gator mouth. It's not gator mouth at all. I think the little girl is going to love it. It was so interactive. It was so cool. I think you formed it perfectly for the little girl, because your description of it was, this is for a spunky little, you know, and I was just like, heck yeah, all right, there's my thumbs down. Somebody must be hating on my speech right now. Don't care. Whatever. That's all I gotta say about that. I hope I hope so, Amanda, because to me, I feel like I'm disappointing everybody because that to me, that's what I feel. Especially looking, she totes it around everywhere. That is so cool because that spine, no kid. I have never done a spine that big, and you pulled it off brilliantly because that puppy's not going anywhere. That spine is on there. It's really interesting because I went right over after I subbed to you. I wrote your name down because I can't go over while I'm on. But I wrote your name down, went over, and because I had to check it out. I had to check it out. Thank you, lovely. My words exactly. And I'm kind of approaching things like that lately too. And again, that's where I see personality change. Maybe it's Cornstalks by Stephen. No, it's not. It's a poet, and he's one of my favorites. It's not Shakespeare, but he's usually very, very illustrated in his books. You're very welcome, lovely. It's not a disappointing channel at all. I'm totally subbed. I look forward to watching more of your work because you did great. You did great. You explained everything great. It was really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, 2 L's, I love you. I just love you. I just love you. Oh, Amanda, you're here. Sorry, guys. Look. I'm seriously wearing it. It will fit me. We were at a sale the other day, you guys. I just have to show this really quick. And she got me well, it's from Mary Seaver, and she was selling punjamis and sari silks. And Amanda bought me a shirt. First of all, pink is my favorite color if you don't know. And wait till you see this thing. What I'm wearing this with leggings. I think this is amazing. Look at all the embroidery work on it. There's purples, there's greens, there's gold. Look at the bottom of this thing. It's nothing but just bling. I'm totally wearing it. It will fit. And the fabric actually has a pattern on itself. It's absolutely stunning, Amanda, and I can't thank you enough. Like I just it's like wow. It's really wow. We'll have to wait for it to warm up a little bit, but I love the scoop neck on it, everything. It's just going to be awesome. I'm totally wearing it under leggings. Totally. I got some mucklucks the other day from Walmart. Well, Donna did. And I'm wearing my mucklucks under it. Those are tights, just so you know. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that was from Mary Seaver. And tonight, right, Michelle? Michelle 2Ls? It's Wednesday, yes? Or is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday? Is it Wednesday or Tuesday? What's today? I don't even know what today is. It's the 23rd. Oh, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow night. Ooh, woo. It's for my own self-gratification. I know, isn't it? I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow night, if you're not sub to Michelle with 2 L's right there, Girly Girl Creates, her and Mary, where that shirt came from, they go live and they're doing a craft. You never know what it's going to be. Last week they did a foot from Roxy's creation, which was amazing. Loving that, you guys. I just love you two together. Can I just say that, Michelle? You guys, I almost wrote you afterwards. I saw that I missed your call. I'm so sorry. I'll be your mod, no problem. But I wasn't, when I get on, I don't keep my other social media up because I don't want to like lag or anything like that. But I did watch it. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Thanks for telling me it's Tuesday. Love it. also known as the mom uniform. You got that right, Lovely. Lovely, I don't think no, I lied because I had to go to Jaden's school yesterday and pick up a sketchbook for this class that he's doing, right? I actually had to put on pants yesterday. Not that I don't wear pants, but the PJs. Yeah, I actually had to put on pants yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to, get dressed. The good thing is that I had a big coat on. So yeah, the bra wasn't going back on. Are you kidding me? No way. All right. So what is on my desk? Sorry. We just went shoo off the grid there. Sorry, but I felt like I don't know. I don't know why I just shared my innermost thoughts of my thinking there, but just I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. Um I've just gotten all the out of my life that I needed to, and I'm just gonna do better. This is James Whitcomb Riley. James Whitcomb Riley. And it is Armazindi. And this is a Scribner's. Scribner's was one heck of a publicist, let me tell you, because their books are just outstanding. The gilding, I mean, if you want a book that really stands the test of time, they really do a great job, or did. I don't even know if they're still around. I think they are. Deckled Edge, and it's Riley. Hello, I just love Riley. Look at all it's so like not straight. I love that. It's almost like I'm scared to open it. Beautiful cardstock weight paper. Love it. Then we go into a lighter weight paper, but yet I can still see the image coming through on the other side, which is this. Look at that. And here's something I've never seen before. Here's the tissue, and when you flip it over, they have stamped on the tissue to tell you what this picture is. And it says, so in memory today, the old ripple lips away, up and down the old brandy wine. And this is published in 1906. Poem and prose sketches of James Whitcomb Riley. I can tell you what the word prose means right now if you wanted me to. Poems usually rhyme. Prose is more of like me talking to you. It's more of like a looser speech. Hey, Tammy. It's okay. What is the difference between debossing and gilded? Well, this is gilded. It's gilded because it's gold. Debossing and embossing is what is on your cover. Like, let's go back to this one right here. Zachary works. This one has embossing and debossing. And this is gilded. Gilded is only because of the, now we would call it foiling. Nick the Booksmith just put up a video about foiling. This is gilded. It only means that it's got like some kind of shiny foil, I guess we'll say. And then embossing and debossing is the ridges that you feel in the book. They can either rise or they can go down. Debossing, I believe, is down. Embossing is up, if I am correct. And you really can't see that on that book. Well, crud. Here we go. Maybe this one. This one has embossing and debossing on it because you can feel it on here. And then the only thing that's gilded is right there. It's the shiny stuff that's gilded. but this is embossed and debossed because there's ridges up high and low on this book. It's a texture. Does that help at all? There is a lot to learn. Absolutely. You thought gilding was a type of wax? It is. People use wax for gilding. Yes. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, Barbara. Yes, it is. Without the what is it? The ambient structure. Yes. So gilding can be a different color. Yes, it can. You can make whatever color you want because you can use all your waxes. Absolutely. She says, yes, proud of you, as I said, my sweatpants and t-shirt. I love you too, Alice. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. So yeah, it could be different colors. It totally can. It can be a type of wax or foiling, or you can even paint it with metallic paint. You can gild however you feel comfortable gilding. Like if I wanted to just, okay, this corn it's debossed, and say there was like a piece of this gold piece down here at the bottom was missing. I have no problem going right up here, grabbing some metallic gold and just touching up that, just so it looks okay. I myself though, I would rather use the foiling. I want the We Are Memory Keepers pen that helps you with the foiling. I want that because there's a lot of books that you see like this. This used to be gilded, but it's been so rubbed down, you can barely see the picture anymore. So I would love to redo that. Whereas this actually looks great. And what did we say this was? 18 something? Amazing. Oh, 1906. And here though it says the copyright's 1898. Don't know. Sometimes they have different. It's all deckled edge. And I gotta think before I speak this word. Armazindi contains all these. And I can feel where this was put down. I can feel the words. And that to me is amazing. Not to mention that the paper is already a textured paper. Like there's ridges in the paper. Look where they miscut. See that? Right there? Where they miscut it. And it's too short for the book. I think that's awesome. I think that's so cool. That's what gives the character. And that's why when sometimes I do things, when you see a goof in one of my books, everything is intentional because I like that. I think that's cool. It gives it character. It's stamped crooked. That is so crooked, not even funny. I think it's awesome. Love it. Love it. I think it's great. All right, looking up. That is the question, Cheryl. Of course you did. Wait, what Rosemary do? What? Hold up. Rosemary is just, that woman will try anything. Love her. Tammy, don't start with the tip jar. I appreciate it, but no. Mind blown. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like this whole week, especially since watching those videos. I'm just mind blown right now. I can't, I got to get it together. Sorry, it is endless. Ooh, avocado and tamarind. Yep, done that. Yep. Yes, it is. So funny. Let me ask you a question, lovely. Are you baking your papers? Are you drying them in the oven, or are you just flat drying them? Sure, the answer is to do it. Yes, indeed, Amanda. I lay my papers out to dry. you find your way around the wrench? Thank you, Barbara. You know what? That just made me feel really good right there. Perfection. So overrated. And that's how I like my books, perfectly imperfect. And I did hear that actually in one of my videos that I had watched. I touched on one that, everything that I do is intentional. There's not a rip in here that's not intentional. And perfectly imperfect. That is so true. Sherilyn's at school and Jamie's doing something. I don't know, she's busy. Yep, I air dry mine. I used to sell mine. But this book is just James Whitcomb Riley. Look, it doesn't even match. Like, they're cut. Like, this is cut like this on the edge. It's so wonky. I love it. It's my personality, this book. Really. It totally is. And then there's a rip out of it, which I'm sure I did. Or somebody did. But I don't care. They don't have to be perfect. But this textured paper is amazing. And the way that I can feel the words in it is, wow, just right there inspires me. Just touching and feeling everything. Just petting the books inspires me. Okay, moving on. The Metropolitan Opera Guide. And no, my opera is not in here. I will find that book. It is going to happen. This obviously had a piece of paper set into it because it doesn't just turn that color without having another piece of paper. Or this could be a different acidic value than this one. Don't know. Anyways, this is the Metropolitan Opera Guide, and it's offset to the other side as well. It's not very old. I think it's in the 60s. I lie. It's 1939. Okay, so it's kind of old. Yeah, okay, kind of old. So basically all this is telling me, and they do touch on some operas in here, but not my opera. So it's all the backstory of opera. I love opera. Last night I just watched Hamilton, the new version of Hamilton. Wow. Okay. That was really good. I didn't really think that I would enjoy that, but that was pretty good. It was really good. It's on Disney Plus. You got Disney Plus, check it out. And then I watched The Greatest Showman, which that is probably, like Jaden said, I just had to press play, and Jaden's like, "You watching The Greatest Showman?" And I'm like, "How do you know that from just that? Just the first couple of verses of the song?" And he was like, "Love that. Top 5." Yeah, it's one of our favorite movies. It's one that I can watch anytime. So I was, love musicals, things like this. This is basically a behind the scenes. They do have a couple of operas in here, however, not mine. Right there was that Tristan and Isolde, which was, if I remember correctly, it was a Thackeray. Yeah. Yes. Zachary or Poe. We just saw it. Hansel and Gretel's in here. Carmine, of course. Romeo and Juliet, which is close to Shakespeare. It's still not the opera that I want to see. You guys know my opera. My opera is, of course, Phantom of the Opera. So here's how it starts out. Opera is born. And it says opera is a plural word. Period. That's what it says. That's the first line. Opera is a plural word. So you can't say, I went to many operas. I just went to the opera. There's no such word as operas. Pretty cool, right? It's already plural. It's in its plural form. So this tells you all about how operas came about. There's Mozart. We did a book on him the other day. There's some music in here. Where the band sets. It tells you just all about the orchestra. It's basically behind the scenes of an opera, or how an opera is created or set up, screenplays, the acts, the conclusions, everything. It's a pretty picture right there. But this is more of like, I would read it for educational purposes because I like operas and it's interesting to me, even though the Phantom's not in here. I'm not holding a grudge. Yes, I think that's the best opera ever. And I will find that book. And I don't want just like a new one that I know it's on Amazon. I want to find one that somebody that's had for years. There's Othello. I mean, we're touching on Shakespeare here, which I don't mind. That's probably why I kept the book too. Romeo and Juliet. That's what Jaden is studying right now in his English class. That's how I know that he didn't write it. Ah, who knew that? So yeah, I want one of those, the Phantoms that's like just nasty. I want original old. I don't want a new print. Nothing. I will wait. I will find it. It is out there for me. I know it is. It's a pretty picture right there. Beautiful. And this is in English. I thought like I would get like a Latin or something out of this, but there is some Latin in it, and it gives you some footnotes. I am so glad you said that word. Hansel and Gretel. This is the Metropolitan Opera House Guide. So, it's a pretty big opera house. Besides, the Paris Opera House, who lived there in the basement, underneath in the dungeons. We know who lives there. Donna, we have like super high wind. Phantom of the Opera is my opera, Amanda. I love that book. I'm currently in the collection / hunting phase. I'm so glad you didn't call it hoard. And I was scared to put the word hoard up there because if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm like, we're gatherers. We're not hoarding, we're gatherers. We gather. That's what we do. We gather. 68. We do have sun. I have sun here, Donna, and you're just right up the street, so you gotta have sun. It's just windy. Have I ever made a circus journal? No, I have not. No, I have not. Barbara, that book is amazing about the opera. I'm telling you, amazing. So much to learn from that. This one, again, the family book of best loved short stories. I like these for reference on what I want to get. Other books that I want to collect. It is a linen cover, and it's kind of, somebody let that hang too long or something. Nice and discolored. This is 1954. This is written in green, and every headline in here is written in green. So here we go. The Gold Bug, Edgar Allan Poe. Why? Rappaccini's Daughter by Hawthorne. You're going to see him in a minute. Charles Dickens, Mark Twain, O. Henry, Richard Harding Davis, Robert Louis Stevenson, Kipling, Catherine Mansfield. I was born in Mansfield. I just shared the gentleman who wrote from Mansfield. John Steinbeck's in here. Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway. You know his pack, The Muse, that Chabella put out was actually when he wrote The Man in the Sea, and it was his girlfriend at the time. It was based on her. She was his muse, and that was the last book he ever wrote, and Chabella made a pad. I have it over there, and I bought 3 of them because I have to keep one, and then I'll work with the other 2. But yeah, that's a true story of how that came about. So the gold bug, which we know now is Edgar Allan Poe, the gold bug that's written in blue or green. It's written in green. This book has great pages in it. I could totally cut it up because it's nothing but just really nice paper. It's deckled edge. It's great. I'd fold this any day of the week. This paper's not going anywhere. It's great. But then again, I would lose all these people that I want to read and books that I want to find. You know, if they made it into the family book of best loved short stories, they're obviously popular. So I want to find these books. That's why I get those. Okay. Oh, wow. We're getting close to the bottom. So Amanda, you were talking about paperbacks. And yeah, I keep some paperbacks. Nathaniel Hawthorne right there. The Scarlet Letter. And then again, here's another version. Will I pick them all up that I see? Heck yeah, I will. Even though I have them. Wait till I told you, I have like 7 Jane Eyres. I'll pick them up anytime I see them. It's a classic. Amber owned that one. Thank you for writing your name on that for us. Is this an old book? No, but it's the Scarlet Letter, and it's Nathaniel Hawthorne. So yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. This one, 2003. This one, same book. Oh yeah, got an address in there. You know what? I should write a letter to him. See if anything comes back. This one's 47. This one's a little bit older. And I can feel it when I turn the pages that it's wasn't made very well. Because I can feel it falling apart when I turn it. You just get that feeling in your hands that this one, see, I can hear it cracking. Yeah, it's not going to last. Or it could be cracking because it hasn't been opened in a long time. That too. I just think that it's probably not that well made. It is sewn in. I just don't think it's that well made. And then here's a larger book of his called Twice Told Tales. And I don't know, did I print? I thought I printed his information, but apparently I didn't. If I did, it was in another book that we had. Wait till you guys see these under here. Whoa. Look at the coloring in that. That's aqua. No, I'm sorry, that's turquoise. And it says the afterwards is written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Edgar Allan Poe. Really? Are you kidding me? Again, I would keep this forever. Have I seen the movie Phantom of the Paradise? No. Do explain that to me. I have seen the movie and I have seen the play. Both. Tammy, I read it. It was amazing. It was about like how would you say? I don't want to say putting together Paris, but it was about I believe I thought it was right beside me, but it's downstairs on my other pink book that you sent me, that music book. Huh, that one was amazing. And another pink one that you sent me too. Yes, read it. It was about, I don't want to say it was about putting together Paris, but it was very, very interesting. That is for sure. Those are pretty. Thank you. Are you talking about the book of knowledge? Wait till you see the insides. There's so many pictures. Anyways, this is not a very old book either. This is 89. Look. That's like, it's turquoise, you guys. Sorry. Not aqua. Aqua or turquoise. I don't care. Whatever. And look at the drop caps. In turquoise. With black lettering. Oh my goodness. Footnotes at the bottom. That's right. Don't believe it has any. Well, maybe I lie. Again. See a blank page. There's a picture. This is probably very monochrome. It's a that is teal for sure. Has a teal color. I've never read this book, so I don't know what those three men are about. Oh, somebody's experiment. There. Look at the rose that at the end of the thing. Look at the two little marks that are made. The attention to detail is just incredible. And it's like little details like that would inspire me. It's just two leaves underneath the title, but you get inspiration from that. When you just sit and look at a whole book. Look, this one at the end of this chapter. Instead of a flower, it's a cat. You can just put in anything that you love there. It's a cat. It's a cat. It's another picture. They're very dark. Dark as in color-wise, not like subject matter. And then the touches of the color that's in it is very, very pretty. But this is like very, dark in color. Heavy-handed. I like heavy-handed. I'm heavy-handed when I ink. The Mystery of the White Mountains. This one, has a bug. It's a bug. You can put anything there. How cool is that? Loving the drop caps. How cool would that be for ransom lettering? But again, it's Nathaniel Hawthorne. I'm not cutting it up. Nope, not going to do it. These. Gonna have to put them up. I have two of them. We can, I don't know if you want to go through both of them. I don't know how much time you got. This is a lot. These are called the Book of Knowledge. I have two. They are that beautiful blue. There's embossing and debossing around it. And then it's gilded with the deboss right there. And then the spines. Seen better days. Like that. I would love to redo those. And then the backs are just plain. They are blue in color. And they are full of knowledge. These are incredible. 1922. So we start with the United States of America. It's pictures throughout. Woods along the roads. Who thought about that? Let's just take pictures of woods along the roads. So let's go for a drive and yeah, we'll take pictures of woods along the road. Then there's the outer planets. And there's so many things that I love about the book. The Book of Familiar Things. First of all, look at the detail around the page. Again, you can do that with your stamping. And if I were to cut this up, I've already told you when I use my music books, because music books have these things around them. If it doesn't fit your page, cut the middle out, shrink it down, and put it together, and then it'll fit your page. Just like, say, take out this part and this part, which is an equal amount, and then shrink it down, and keep doing that until you get it to fit your page how you want it. These books are just incredible. There's real life pictures. There's Notre Dame right there. There's real life pictures, and then there's paintings. Charles the Great and his pupils. And then there is also pictures that have color. They just quaint streets and beautiful baths. Really? 3 famous old cities of France. This is just incredible. I love this. If I remember correctly, we read a story of a poet who used to scream across this street right here, because I recognize this building as the hotel where he stayed. Oh, which one was that? I don't know. But I recognized this one. He didn't stay in this one. He was in that building over there. And remember he yelled across the street to his friend? That's the building. That is the hotel right there. I know that is. Yep. Strasbourg. Who was in Strasbourg? Yes, yes, yes. We learned about that earlier in the other books. The book of stories. There's Puss in Boots. Fairies and the Hunchbacks. Oh, look at that. Diego and Peasant Lad, and I'm guessing that says Gypsy. Only spelled different. Look how pretty that plate is. And do you see just the little decorative edge around there? Do that in your journals. Take the extra time. I'm going to now. I'm definitely going to. There's so much detail. We know this with this pictures card called The Mother. We saw that in artwork earlier this week. That's The Mother. Now we're getting into the fine arts. This book, incredible. Okay, looking up. Sorry. I was 2 in 74. Wait, it's a movie? Can I watch it? Hold on. I can watch it like on the YouTube, because right now I'm watching Romeo and Juliet, because I didn't know that there was one on the YouTube I could watch of it. Hold on. Hold on. See? Look, right there. Lovely Lodge Crafting. I told you. Or Lovely Crafting Lodge. So it's called Phantom. The Paradise. Okay. I wrote it down. This is what I keep all my notes in here. And when you guys come in and when new people come in, I keep their names and things. I have those. The book, Michelle, 2 L's. Are they not incredible? Yours are 1935. Did I tell you copyright on mine? I don't know. 1926. They're just full of knowledge, like just full of knowledge. But look at that. You got different stamps. You could make a really cool border. Just get out all your stamps, because that's one thing I do have. I have stamps. I forget about them. And could I make a cool border by putting some skinny or some, stamps together and bordering a page? That's something I can do in a journal. And everything that you do in a journal, if you're selling them, I mean, it's more work into it. It will up your value. Wow, 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 wow. Then we go, I'm a sucker for sepia. Don't even get me on that. You're lucky that my whole Instagram is not sepia toned, because I would do it in a heartbeat. Or black and white, but since I want you guys to see like the stuff, I have to put it in original. But I would totally use sepia. I think that is amazing color. Look at these pictures. Are you kidding me? Black and green, Metropolitan Museum of Art, girl in white. Sometimes you wonder, like, could you not, like, I'm surprised it's not girl with hand up. Like, some of these names. There's Mrs. Wethermeyer, William M. Chase, La Carmencia, and Henry Marquard. Ooh, he's a very serious looking gentleman. Oh my. He's very serious. She's beautiful. Her name is Winifred. And you can see her at the Worcester Art Museum. And I don't know if you still can, because this was in 26. I don't know. Then we go back to sepia. This book is incredible. These books, I should say, are incredible. If you have a chance to pick them up, if you ever see them, get them. Get them. If you are just... This one, again, could we not think of another name? Mother feeding her child. Okay, thanks. Couldn't have gathered that myself, but I think I crack up over something like mother and child. No, really. Like, just, I don't know. I think some of them I'm like, wow, it's like me, just, I can't think of things anymore, you know? And then you go back to some real photographs. There's the city of Milan with its cathedral of many pinnacles and statues. The book of literature. There we start with Tennyson. Wow. And we've already learned some about him. There he is. That picture is, oh my, hold on. Sorry, looking. Wow, I thought that was textured. It looks so real. Wow. The way that it's made, that is a lot of little lines. Jeez. How do we know the speed of light? I don't know. How do we know? Oh, here's some questions. Do fishes, it does say fishes, do fishes close their eyes and sleep underwater? Where should we look for? Nope, not going to even ask that question. Because it's about, you know what? I'm not going to ask that. Why do we see the flash from a gun before we hear the noise? What makes our teeth chatter when we are cold? Why does a full bottle keep hot longer than a half full one? Okay. I've never wondered that, but if I read it tonight, maybe I'll sleep. Because I've been wondering that question. I don't know. Is there any way of finding out the ages of trees? I thought you just cut it and you counted its rings. That's what I heard. But I wouldn't want to cut it down, because then you don't want to cut down a tree. Can a lighthouse manage itself? Why is straw sometimes hung under bridges? Why does celluloid catch fire so easy? Why will a hammer break stone when a piece of wood will not? Well, isn't the hammer made out of metal? Why Why does the milk, what? Why does the milk churn taper at the top? Oh yeah, why is it skinny like that? Oh, isn't that so all the curd can come up? Okay, hold on. Let me read that. I don't know. Why do we use the expression mare's nest? I've never heard that expression nor used it. When a person has made what he thinks is an interesting discovery and it turns out to be nothing after all, we say it turns out to be a mare's nest. I thought we used the term, well, that's a bust. That's what I use when I find out something isn't true. I don't say, I think we found a mare's nest. I say, well, I think that's a bust. Or I say, the jig is up. That doesn't work. Oh my goodness. Why does silver tarnish in the air while gold does not? Everything we need to know is in this book. I'm only on poetry. I haven't even started going through here. Oh, there's the cock-a-doodle-doo family. I'm just going to say that. Kaku. It's so many. How to make a toy submarine. Really? Really? Should this not be in the hands of others? Making a garden seat. There's everything. Oh, look at the little dolls of the other nations. Told you there was some color plates in here. Oh, or doodle around your border. That's a good idea. Epic Buckeye fan. Go blue. I don't know why we don't eat salmon fish sandwiches. I've had a salmon patty before. Yeah, don't drink the water, fish procreate in it. Exactly. That's tipped in, by the way. More worthwhile games. Look at the car. I mean, this book, it would be just, that's grass. Greatly magnified. It's wheatgrass, and the flowers are magnified. Oh, these flowers are magnified on the left, right here. Sorry. There is meadow barley, brown bent grass, smooth meadow grass, sheep's fescue grass, wood, annual meadow grass. I don't know. Famous books. Wow. Two Kinds of Farmers, The Clockmaker. I mean, these just go on. Michelle with two L's, you know. These are amazing. There's The Revolution. They're just all about history. These things inspire me. Like, they just inspire me. Like why does light die away? That is so cool. I don't know. Yeah, why does it die away when it goes away in the dark? When you move back further and further? I guess because it comes out of eyesight? I don't know. Yay, they used a bookmark. Oh, and it made the color change on the pages. Philippines. The Book of Stories. Ooh, that's the Jack and the Beanstalk. That was the giant. Nutcracker and the King of Mice. Just there's tons of things. Look at all the owls if you love owls. But I can't cut it up. I can't cut it up. Oh, come on. See, you can't cut this up. You can't. You just can't. All right, I've spent way too much time on the Book of Knowledge. Look at the, come on with the grass slides. That is just awesome. Those are all green, by the way, too. These are not black and white. These are green. Green with a mint green background. They're amazing. I am going way past my time on being here. Sepia. That color is amazing. The spirit of motherhood. I love that. It's Madonna with angels. That's beautiful. I wouldn't look at him. His name's John. Just John. We're just going to name this John. Lake and sea. There's some ferns. I mean, to make digitals out of this would be awesome. It's out of date. But no, I'm not. Even though these are ugly things like vultures, the sepia color, however, makes them not that scary. Because that thing is really ugly. Ugh. 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 Then, the eagle. It's a monkey eating eagle? What? There's such a thing? Like it literally eats a monkey? No, that can't be right. I'm going to read this. And then there's the bald eagle at the bottom. A monkey? Why would you eat a monkey? Mean bird. Here's some more in sepia. A monkey. I've never heard that bird. Seriously. Have you guys ever heard of a monkey eating bird? I've not. And that's what its name was. Monkey eating. It's a bunch of different hawks and stuff. Seriously, I'm going back and marking this page. It's a monkey eating eagle. Yep, marking this page because I want to know what the heck that thing eats. Because if it eats monkeys, I'm not going to like that bird. Not that I'm like, all like, save the monkeys, but come on now. It's a monkey. It's cute. So here's another one. And this is just going to have other things. Okay, looking up. I'm sorry. What's up, homie? How you doing? I've heard of that too, Amanda. Yes. I'm good. How are you? She said because salmon is nasty. I love salmon. I think it's good. I can't. Like it literally would pluck it from the tree. Like I'm gonna find out. I will let you know. It's probably easier if I turn it up just a little bit more. Hello to all those who've come in. Silk. This is how we make silk. Ooh, you know what? I should read this for Pearl. Hold on. I'm gonna mark this again because there's questions she's had about telling real silk from thread. So I'm gonna read that. I'll read that for Pearl. The discontented fir tree. Just got some stories in here. Oh, look at the horses. Black Diamond told her baby about the wonderful world above the coal mine. Good. I hope they get free. Iduna gave the gods some of her golden apples, and they recovered their youth. Look how beautiful she is. She is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous painting. Look at the little deer by her. Looks like that fawn book we saw yesterday. That's amazing. These books are amazing. Oh, does that tell me how to make music on glass? Music from drinking glass. I've always wanted to do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. That would be so cool. How the musical glasses are touched so to produce a melody. I've always thought that fascinating. Those and the people who chime the bells. Then you have to have that special swoop in your arm. Swoop in your arm when you ding the bells. Oh, yeah. So many things I want to do. How to clean stained clothes. Clean tools. Clean knives. Clean fountain pen. How to clean paint. Out of what? What are we cleaning it out of? Oh, when your fountain pen is clogged. Yeah, we don't use those anymore. How to clean dirty, wet shoes. And you set them in the sun. And then smack them together when they're dry. That's how I clean them. How to clean a bicycle. How to clean a sponge. Really? The sponge is for cleaning. How to clean bottles. Woodblock printing. That is cool. I have wood blocks. Got them from Sherilyn's daughter. How to play checkers. And then we go on to the buildings of Greek and Roman builders. The columns, Amanda. Wow. Oh, there's the buildings. The Parthenon. The Propolia. Oh my, sepia. Wow. Ooh, this is the Temple of the Olympian Zeus at Athens. That's fascinating. Fascinated by mythology as well. That's the Colosseum. You can definitely tell that. It's the columns at the Parthenon. The Theseum. Wow. Even though like it's crumbling, I think I still would want to go and see it. I think it would just be amazing to look at it. It's probably, I would rather have seen it before it became like commercialized, like, you know, the tour. But I think it would be cool. Anyone been to Rome? Italy? Anywhere around there? Canada's poets, and we learned this word earlier. Prose writers. Yes, we did. Sir Gilbert Parker, Oscar David Skelton, Nellie McClug, Arthur Stringer, Marge Macbeth, J.G. Stime, that's her, Stephen Leacock, Cyrus Macmillan, as in like the publisher's last name. Interesting. Reverend H.A. Cody, John Murray Gibbon, I could go on forever. I really need to wrap this up. Oh, flowers. Oh, come on with it now. Roadside plants and weeds. So it looks like weeds to me. A wild carrot. Really? Is that what those wait? Oh, I did not know that those were carrots. Moby Dick. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Maddie and Madison. You've been to Italy. Shut the front door. I know you love architecture, Amanda. I'm telling you. That is so cool. Really? Ah, I need to see pictures. Did you go to like all the Colosseum and everything like that? Can you really tell, or is it kind of like when we went to the Alamo? Let's just say that we went to the Alamo in San Antonio, and it was next to a Taco Bell. I was like, seriously, Serious. I thought I was going out in the desert. I would see tumbleweeds. Nope, it's right next to a Taco Bell. A little disappointed. You were in England. See, I hope Trey gets to go to those cool places. And then I hope like I get one of those things called a hop. And I can, well, you have to knock me out for a flight. I'll take a boat. I'll take a Navy boat. Because I can swim. I can't fly. I would take a boat. For sure. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to go to. That's one of my dream places. One of the dream places. Just, this is so, come on. This is in India. Another place. Gosh. Look at just these people. That's the first one. She's a melt girl. She's a peasant lace maker. Look at all of her little bobble things to make lace. I don't know if you can see that thing, but all of her spools to make the lace. That's flipping cool right there. She has them all so she can. Wow. Wow, Belgium. Beautiful. Brussels. Starting a school paper. I love how it goes to like all these beautiful pictures of cities, and then we're going to start a school paper. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Puzzle, rhymes, verses, practice fly casting. There is everything in here. Ooh, look at that cool picture. Wow. Ooh, they got busted. Ha ha ha. This is very strange. It almost looks like the red is popping out of the page. Very strange. Very strange. We should go together, Amanda, only if we can take a boat. I can't fly. I can't do it. I have to be like Mr. T. You gotta knock me out. Holland. Oh, look at all those black letters. That's so cool. A cabinet made from cigar boxes. What? Look how cute that cabinet is. And it's made from a cigar box. You use the hinge, put two boxes side by side. Then you use the hinges for the outside doors. Then you make a little shelf on top of those boxes. And you put shelving inside the boxes. You measure it down. There you go. There's our next tutorial on YouTube for cigar boxes. That is pretty freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Wounded arteries and veins. Wow. Pretty flowers. Oh wow. Now we're really going to go to some pretty flowers here. And it does tell you they are numbered plates. So like if you see a flower that you like, you can look down and say, oh, okay. That's the mountain forget-me-not. Number 5, which is this blue one right here in the middle. Flowers of rocky places. See? It just has everything. These are just fascinating books. Can't say it enough. Probably said it too much. It's offering. Awesome. Saffron. Really? That's that right there. Oh, it's the little pieces that you pick out. Wonder if it's the spice. Why would it not be the spice? Wow. Why are we like our parents? Do we really want to know? Do we really want to know? Oh, this tells you who it is with their parents. This is Thomas Edison with his father and his mother, right here. And this is John Stewart with his father, John Wellesley. Oh, there was another Martin Luther and his mother. Charles I with his mother and father. William Pitt with his mother and father. This is James Nasmyth with his father. Lord Kelvin with his father. Robert Burns and his mother. Ooh, she doesn't look nice. She looks like she's a amoeba. Maybe she was really sweet. Who knows? You never know. Oh, gosh, there's even more. Look how cool. These would be so perfect for like little journaling or making like film strips or all that stuff. I can't cut them up. I can't cut it up. Can't. Then of course there's fish. We get fish. Oh, look at him. That is Charles Edward Stuart, the grandson of James II of England. Wow. He was known as Bonnie Prince Charlie. Amazing. Wow. Okay, I think I have to be done now. And I didn't even finish what I wanted to finish today. So we'll have to have some stragglers. Or I just won't do them. They're my atlases and the Louvre in Paris and a big vintage book on ships and an old vintage atlas. Because I have been on for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I probably shouldn't be taking up any more of your time. I'll totally go on a boat with you, Amanda. I will go as long as it's a boat. Absolutely. Seriously. Bye, Michelle. Have fun making paper. So it's lovely. Lovely's making paper too. Well, I appreciate all of you coming today. For Books I Hoard. Look for number 4. Look for number 5. Because we have to get into the ladies next. Which will be Bronte, Austen, and Louisa May Alcott. Thanks, Barbara. You've been awesome. You've been to every one. I've loved it. Loved it. You're an awesome person. Very smart. Thanks for helping me out with everything that I've been fumbling over. So that will be. Oh my gosh, there's a child at my door. He scared the crap out of me. Guess we're just finishing this. You scared me. I'm still alive, yes. I'm wrapping it up now, right now. I just look over and he's just right there. And he's got that big, long blonde hair now. It's like, wow. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys are writing things down and maybe getting some ideas for collections in your book, or just writing down some ideas of like what you see or borders or anything like that that you can use in your books. This is how I get inspired is by going through these books. And you guys, this has really been great for me because I haven't touched a lot of these books in a long time. So it's really been fun. And I appreciate y'all coming here and helping me and just watching and looking at old books. I could look at old books all day. It's just really cool. Amanda, they're gonna be better. That's all I'm gonna say, because I'm sorry I went off on a little sidetrack there for my mind, but yeah. think it'll be better. It'll be better. All right. I will catch you all in the next video. I don't know when it's going to be. It could be tomorrow morning because, again, there's nothing up for Jaden tomorrow for school. There's nothing up for him for today either. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tammy. I enjoyed them too. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm trying to keep them to an hour and a half, but today we went a little bit further. Because the book of knowledge, the 2 book of knowledge, is you have to look at them. It's amazing. They jump subjects, but it's so cool. Thanks, Amanda. You make me feel good. Thank you very much. So I'll catch you ladies in the next video. I appreciate it. Have the great rest of your day and see you soon. Bye.